A brand new edition of Warhammer 40,000 has just been announced. Here's what you need to know. The 11th edition of the Warhammer 40,000 tabletop battle game is set for release in June 2026. This is big news, 40k fans. That means a new rules engine to power your game system and new strategic and tactical challenges to overcome. It also means a chance to explore new locations across the war-torn galaxy of the 41st millennium. And loads of new miniatures. The first of these miniatures arrive in the Armageddon Box, a massive new launch set for the new edition featuring Space Marines and Orcs. The Space Marines shown here are Blood Angels, but the miniatures work for any Space Marine chapter you like. Red, blue, green, black, yellow, white, whatever. The Orcs, they're pretty much always green. Armageddon is the legendary war world, one of the most iconic locations in the entire Warhammer 40,000 setting. We've already seen two of the miniatures from the box, a Space Marine Intercessor and an Orc Boy. To get some clues as to what else might be in there, check out the action-packed new cinematic trailer over on our YouTube channel and see how many other new units you can spot. We already know a few details about the rules of the new edition. A guiding principle of this edition was to create a unified experience for anyone playing Warhammer 40,000. So rather than separating out the concept of matched and narrative as distinct ways to play, the intent was to make every game feel like it had a compelling narrative and every game feel balanced and exciting. One important point is that your current codexes still work in this edition. Your army will still feel fresh though, as there will be over 70 new and updated detachments to allow you to play your games in new and exciting ways. In larger battles, like the standard 2,000 points used at many events and clubs, you can combine several of these detachments together to create a bespoke set of rules so you can tailor your army to play just as you imagine it should. And the tailoring goes beyond just your detachment rules. Even the missions you play and the objectives in each game will be defined by your selection of army. Forces designed to take and hold ground will be rewarded for doing so. Armies designed to kill loads of enemies will earn their victory through carnage. Objective markers are gone. There are no more incongruous yet vital circles listed across the battlefields of the 41st millennium. Instead, units will battle over critical pieces of terrain, bunkers, ruins, relics, making for an immediately more narrative and immersive game. There is no more stacking multiple stratagems on a single unit in a phase. This limits the impact of certain already powerful units having multiple layers of rules granted to them, making them punch way harder than they should, or being far more survivable than they had any right to be. It is far easier to hide units before they join the battle. Many units could not be targeted until they have shot or the enemy has gotten very close. This opens up options for deployment, rather than you feeling like every model in your force has to cram behind a single ruin or risk first turn obliteration. Close combat has seen lots of small tweaks, from changes to the order of pile-in and consolidation, to moving to a faster system for assigning wounds. There are also changes to the order of activation in combat that lessens the dominance of powerful fights-first units. And chargers now pick a target after rolling dice, opening up options for far more aggressive plays for combat-focused armies. In some circumstances, units can now disembark from transports directly into combat. Huge news for fans of choppers and chain axes. Leaders always lead. Characters no longer lose their best abilities when their bodyguard unit dies. Those heroes can keep on swinging at full power right up until they die. After all, only in death does duty end. And the Warhammer 40,000 app is set for a massive update, including in-game scoring and allowing you to see your opponent's datasheets while you play. We're also expanding language support to include French, German, Italian, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, starting with the rules for combat patrols. There is more news about the new edition of Warhammer 40,000 coming all the time. Follow the Warhammer community site for updates on the new rules, lore, and miniatures.